Update on our other live trial, the dog park murder trial. Prosecutors say the defendant, Gerald Radford, fatally shot John Walt Lay at a dog park last year because he was gay. But Radford says, no, I shot him in self-defense because he attacked me. Joining us live in studio to get caught up from all the latest on today's proceedings is Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas. Cody, thank you for joining us as always here on set. And tell us, I understand there was a demonstrative aid used by the medical examiner today in court. Tell us more about that.
Yes, Ashley, and of course, always first and foremost, happy to be here. Great to see you. And that's exactly right. The chief medical examiner, Dr. Kelly Devers, used a life-size skeleton to demonstrate the gunshot path through John Lay's body. This demonstration is key to the case because of the dispute over who was where during the shooting.
So you said it goes in basically around the second rib on the right side of Mr. Lay?
Yes, right here.
And now I'm going to spin our little friend here around as best as I can. And can you demonstrate to the jury roughly where on the body the bullet ultimately lodges in the back of Mr. Lay?
So if he had some muscles in here, the projectile is coming from the right side and it's going all the way over here to the left side, where the kidneys kind of sit right here above the pelvis. So it comes right here into the soft tissue of the back, where you could actually feel it. So it's come all the way from the front to the back.
If you could demonstrate not only the distance, but the positioning of the gun and the way it would have to be to create that track through a human body.
So it would have to be, the gun could be anywhere, and if you rotate it around, but it's the muzzle. The only thing I can say is that the muzzle of the gun had to be pointing in such a direction that the projectile, when it leaves the muzzle, is going to go in this direction. So close to the body, but not touching, and then going downward at this sharp angle.
Following the demonstration, the prosecution read excerpts of testimony in a reenactment of Radford's preliminary hearing in December of last year. The reasoning for this reenactment was to establish motive for Radford to shoot the victim because the victim asked him out on a date. Here's a portion of that December proceeding.
Was there ever an occasion in the months or year leading up to February 2nd where Mr. Lay made statements or threats to you?
Yes.
And can you describe those for the court, please?
The one statement that a couple of people said, we're going to come to blows someday. And a few months after that, or maybe a month and a half after that, he said it went from we're going to come to blows to I'm just going to kick you.
A regular at the dog park where the shooting took place also took the stand today to tell the court about a time he witnessed Radford intentionally harassing the victim.
Dad got up from he sat on the edge of the table, and he stood up and he came over and got into his way. He watched him, and he went over and intercepted his path to get in front of him. And upon doing that, as they were getting within 7, 8, 5, 4, closer in distances, Walt stopped and tried to go to the right, and then Deck maneuvered to the right. Then he maneuvered to the left, and Deck maneuvered to the left, and he goes, "What do you want? What are you doing?" This is what Walt said to Deck, and Deck was just being mischievous, I guess, and getting in his path and trying to stop his progress of making his walk around the park.
And Ashley, that witness also went on to tell the court under cross-examination that he never saw any physical violence between the two men, but he did witness Radford being verbally abusive toward the victim.
All right, Cody, thank you so much. I have to tell you, and Michael Ayala sometimes tells me, oh, you always say that about demonstrative aids. But I have to tell you, I think that's some of the best evidence because you can then visualize exactly what they're saying.
And you have to imagine being a juror on the jury. Say you're a visual learner.
Yeah.
A demonstrative aid could be crucial, incredibly crucial in telling a story and helping you visualize where something was found, where a bullet may have made a point of entry, anything of the sort. So an aid like that, specifically today with that skeleton to show the path of the bullet between John Lay's body, incredibly crucial to the jury to sway one way or another.
And I must be a visual learner because you and I were talking about it. Then when we watched it together, I'm like, there it is. Now I understand exactly where the bullet went because of that demonstrative aid.
That's exactly
Cody
right.
Thomas, always great to have you. Thank you for that excellent reporting.